today, as many of you have requested, I am going to show you my everyday makeup routine, and I'm going to be using all of the makeup that I gave a giant thumbs up to as favorites of 2013. So if you watched that video, you are going to see everything in action. I used it all on my face. So let's hop to the tutorial. I have a lot of tips and tricks and all that good stuff as usual to share with you, and let's get started. I like to start out with a little bit of a mattifying primer just on my T-zone because I do tend to get a little bit oily. I'm using the Boots Beautifully Matte, and then I'm taking the Professional everywhere else just to make my skin look a little bit better and a little more poreless. If you guys want a visual on these products, they will be on my Luvocracy board. There's going to be one link instead of a bunch of them. You can just click on that and see all the actual products that I used. I am priming my lids with the balms, put a lid on it, and we're going straight to shadowing. I'm using a cream shadow from the Cargo Vintage Escapes palette. This is called Harvest Moon, and I'm just highlighting my lid and underneath the brow bone, just basically anywhere I want to brighten and bring forward. Taking an E38 crease brush from Sigma, I'm going to use the shade Autumn from my Vintage Escapes palette from Cargo, and I'm just using this as my transition shade all over in the crease, back and forth motions, nothing fancy here. Then I'm going to take the F63 brush in the shade Chestnut, which is just a deep, rich, dark brown that is matte. You can use any matte brown that you like, and we are going to intensify the outer corners. Don't be too afraid to mess this up. Just kind of plop that color down. Go back in with the original crease brush that we used and a little more of that shade Autumn or any kind of transition shade you're using, and buff everything together. This look is about diffusing all the colors and blending them together. You see I'm going back in once more with a little bit more of Chestnut just on the very outer edge of the eye. So we want a very layered, diffused look. Now comes a little bit of magic. We're going to use Sin from Urban Decay to lighten up the lid. And you see I'm starting on the center point of the eye. I'm layering the color there, and then I am moving it a little bit towards the inner corner of the eye and blending a little bit outward as well. This is the fancy part. This is the tricky part, even for me, the winged liner, but this is the everyday staple that kind of pulls it all together. I like starting with the wing, and then I go along the lash line, and then I connect the two together. And that is the easiest way to do a cat eye winged liner. I'm using the Balm's Schwing liner, which is amazing. Then I'm topping it off with a little bit of pencil liner. Doing this not only locks everything into place even more so you never have to worry about your liner fading throughout the day, but it also smooths everything out. Now I'm just making sure that the inner part of my eye is still nice and bright, and I'm layering a tiny little bit of Sin really carefully to not get it on that liner. I'm going to take Marc Jacobs Genius Gel Foundation. I am just doing one even coat of foundation. I don't want a full coverage effect because I am going to be doing a lot of concealing and cream highlighting, so I want things to be quite sheer. So I didn't aim to make my skin look very masked or perfect. I just wanted it to look like real skin, and I'm just bumping it in with a dampened beauty blender. And it is now time to conceal my under eye circles. I am using Bye Bye Under Eye from IT Cosmetics, and I am bumping it in with my beauty blender and making a weird alien face so that it doesn't settle in my fine lines, which this actually works. I look crazy right here. Let's just ignore that. I look crazy right here too. So we're gonna continue with a little bit of crazy for the sake of beauty, but what I am doing is highlighting the areas of my face that I want brought forward, and this is the Dream Lumi from Maybelline, which really, look at how easily that blends in. I highly, highly recommend this product. Again, if you're looking for anything that I'm using here, click the one link below in the description box. It will all be in one place, but I am just bumping that in, and immediately it gives me some coverage, some highlight. My skin looks even better, and I really dig this product. All right, we are going to bronze up the face with Inspire from Jane Cosmetics. This is a medium toned matte bronzer that I really love because not only will it warm up the entire face really naturally, but oh hey, we can do a little contouring action. I'm using the F25 face brush from Sigma, and I do really like this brush because you can contour with it, but you can also apply blush or powder or take it all over the face. So you'll see I am sucking in my cheeks, sculpting out my cheekbones, but I'm also taking it on the apples of my cheeks as well and kind of buffing everything together. The key to this look is natural. And so while we're going for natural, let's just sculpt our nose. This actually can look very natural, and it can be something that you do day to day. Thumbs up if you guys want, like a really in-depth look at contouring and highlighting. I have never done that type of video, but I would be happy to. Now I'm just pressing in my very favorite powder, the Airspun from Coty. I don't know why I didn't discover this or use it more often before, but it is an absolute must. It melts into the skin, sets everything. Your skin will look like this all day long. All right, we're buffing a little bit more of Inspire on top of the powder. I'm layering things up. I am building the color slowly. That is also a great way to make things look totally natural. You don't need a ton of color all at once. Just layer and layer and blend and blend and blend. Now I'm going to rosy up my cheeks with a little bit of Flower Power from Gosh, and I'm using a pressing motion more than a swirling motion to get a really natural rosy flushed effect. I actually prefer stippling on my blush lately. That's something I've changed up that I'm enjoying, and I just like the outcome. Now I'm taking some ambient powder from Hourglass, and I am just hitting under the eye and on the very tops of the cheekbone, and then dragging it a little bit down the nose. This just adds the most beautiful glow. It's so subtle, but it just makes your skin look really healthy and radiant. We're gonna curl our lashes and go back to the eyes. I'm taking the Scandalized liner from Rimmel in Nude and just popping that in my waterline, and then I am taking a pencil brush from Makeup Geek, which is the best pencil brush I have found. It's amazing, and I'm just dragging a chocolatey brown shade underneath the eye just to frame things up. Then I'm taking my favorite mascara from Physicians Formula. I'm putting on a first coat on the top and bottom lashes, and then we're gonna get to the brows. I'm using Anastasia Perfect Brow in Taupe, which I do not have a perfect brow right now. My brows are out of control. You guys, I actually started using Latisse, and it's working. My brows are growing. I will keep you updated on how it works, but the shape of my brows right now is just horrible, but you know, doing what I can, filling them in. And then once I am done filling them in as best I can, we're going back with some more mascara. That's what I love about this mascara in that green tube. You can really build it up to a false lash effect. So now we are lining our lips. I'm using IT Cosmetics Your Lips But Better in light medium nude, I think. It's a great liner. And then I'm taking 903C from Wet n Wild all over the lips. It's a beautiful peachy matte shade. And then I'm finishing everything off with a little Jouer gloss in blush, which is so, so gorgeous. Locking it all into place with my favorite setting spray, and this is the finished look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any future tutorials, and I will see you in my next video.